Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TCAN Sessions.
Good day, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Brett Cassidy. I'm going to play a song called Sittin' In. This is found on my debut EP, a selection of ballads from the Old Man River. This is a song about the passing of time and the many things that it does to you. One of those is make you older. And that's something I've got doctor recommended insoles in my cowboy boots now because I walked 80,000 steps through Vancouver over a weekend and I got plantar fasciitis.
Real thing?
Yeah, and I talked to my doctor and I said, "What's going on, man?" He said, "It's just worn out." This is called Sittin' In. Guess that I've been sleeping a couple years now. Hair's been getting longer as my eyes were looking down. I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. When the hell did my hair start turning gray? Opened up my eyes, first time in a while. Guess I have a beard now, and my clothes are in a pile. I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. When the hell did my hair start turning gray? I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. Clock hands, painted line on my face. Set it on the cruise control as I'm going on. How did I get here? When did I write this song? How long I've been singing this song? I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. When the hell did my hair start turning gray? I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. Clock hands, painted lines on my face. Did I have full breakfast? What did I have for lunch? Maybe I just skipped them, but that wouldn't be my hunch. No, my belly's getting bigger. I used to be so thin. I used to go out running. Now I'm always sitting in. I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. When the hell did my hair start turning gray? I've been wondering where the time's been going these days. Clock hands, painted lines on my face.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
That song just kind of ambles.
Oh,
I'm going to play, this is one of the first country songs I ever wrote, and maybe the only song that I would ever call a country song. I usually think of myself as more of a folk singer. But I used to play in a band called the Coal Mine Canaries, and I wrote this song for that band many years ago, and it's kind of come back around, and I re-stole it for myself. I wrote this, it was about 7 or 8 years ago at a time where I had no money. And now, 8 years later, I have even less.
Hey, how many times have you recorded this song?
I've recorded it once and I'm about to do it again.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I like that, yeah.
Yeah. And every time I record it, I'll have even less money. You can keep digging that hole. The bank's like, what if we lent you some more? I'm like, all right. More guitars. Let's go. This is called Poor Man Working Blues. It's also about my real passion for eating beans.
I can't wait. This is awesome.
Not truly, but it comes with the territory of not having any money.
You know we're in a closed room right now.
Got a letter in the mail, so there, and turning off the heat. At least the summer's coming and I got candlelights to read. At night before I lay my weary head down to sleep, I wake up in the morning with just enough for me. So what's a man to do? Get another job or two. Join the world that's too caught up running around for singing the blues. Well, they cut the signal from my phone to the big transmitting tower. At least I'm done looking in my hands about 100 times an hour. And if I need to see a friend, well, I'll catch him down at the show. When you're playing in the band, the drinks come like the river flow. That's the truth. So what's a man to do? Get another job or two. Join the world that's too caught up running around for singing the blues. I said, what's a man to do? Guess I'll get another job or two. Join the world that's too caught up running around for singing the blues. Well, I'd rather be singing the blues. I got those poor man working blues. Well, I haven't had my oil change in about 40,000 clicks. My poor heart just skips a beat every time that engine ticks. My little car keeps going on, well, it's bouncing down the street. It's gonna get me to work today, and I'll earn just enough to eat. Well, my baby knows I love to eat. So what's a man to do? Get another job or two. Join the world that's too caught up running around for singing the blues. I said, what's a man to do? Guess I'll get another job or two. Join the world that's too caught up running around for singing the blues. Well, I'd rather be singing the blues. I got the poor man working blues.
That's great.
You know, it's just about a matter of time for you're going to have to start writing songs about making big money.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And caviar and such like that.
The finer things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's easy to rhyme caviar.
Hey, it also comes in a can. So I'm used to that. Let's take her for another spin. Why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
This next song is another song from my first EP. It's called Lingering Footsteps, and I wrote this song at a time in my life where I was searching for love and getting my heart broken by many a honky-tonk debutante. And I was walking home one day from the Ship and Anchor pub on 17th Avenue, It's a longer walk to my house from there than I thought it was going to be, but it was a nice night, and it was about 4 in the morning. I've got a tendency, I had to stop going to the Ship and Anchor, because every time I go there, the lights come on and they say it's time to go. So I don't go there anymore too often. And I started singing this song in my head on that walk home, and I recorded it in a voice memo when I got home, and I woke up the next day. I was like, I think I wrote a song last night. And I was like, hey, that's actually one of the better songs I've ever written. So if I had a song every time I got blackout drunk and walked home, I would be a rich man by now.
That's Merle Haggard.
Yeah, this is the only one of those I've got yet, and I keep trying. And so far, this is it. This is called Lingering Footsteps. I walk home, get to know my boots. Eyes looking down, sidewalks carry roots. Carry me home, an old place that feels new. As these lingering footsteps, they lead me to you. Long dark and shadowed cause my heart to jump. It's just rabbits and alleys and little tree stumps. Thoughts of the forest, they'll linger undone. Must not be losing, it feels like I've won. Must not be losing, it feels like I've won. None of the shadows I thought I could use, and fanning, hiding from some lesser fools. Now I'm not afraid of telling the truth, or these lingering footsteps, they lead me to you. Hey! None of the shadows I thought I could use, and fanning, hiding from some lesser fools. Now I'm not afraid of living my truth, or these lingering footsteps, they lead me to you. Yeah, these lingering footsteps might lead me to you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
What was that little dissonant chord you put in there?
It's like a G with
Yeah,
on the
Oh,
third
I-
string.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of any chords. I fumble my fingers around until it
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I put my pinky right there.
Brett Cassidy is from Calgary, Alberta, based in the city, multi-instrumentalist that has spent the past decade honing his song craft as part of a bevy of bands playing folk, country, indie, and rock music across Canada. Now for the first time, he has stepped out from the comfort of the back of his guitar and sometimes banjo in tow to play solo songs that combine his favorite bits of all those genres, drawing as much inspiration from traditional American folk and country music as he does from psychedelic drones. Cassidy's songs create a space for those forgotten in time to stomp their feet alongside a suitcase kick drum. You can often catch him weaving heartbroken cowboy songs of yesteryear from the likes of Townes Van Zandt, Marty Robbins, and Hank Williams into his set. Very cool. Very cool to have you here, Brett. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your journey as a musician. It seems like you have really come from that kind. You really love that heartbroken cowboy song. I'm used to that. My mom's in that genre as well, so that's very fun. So let's talk a little bit more about your journey. So transitioning into a full-time career, into a musician full-time. So is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah, this is kind of week one of
Okay.
yeah, like very, very fresh.
Okay.
Over the last few years, I've been getting busier and busier with like taking on more and more gigs and starting to do some production work as well. And it was just starting to feel like the job that I had, which was a really good job, was getting in the way.
They do that.
Some people say there's not enough time in the day, but there's so much time in a day. It's just you don't have enough energy to like give to everything. And
Absolutely.
I was doing a bad job at my job and doing a bad job at the thing that I want to do. And it's really nice to be in a position where I was able to kind of shed the comfort of a 9 to 5 and just give music my all.
So I know you said you're only a week in.
Yeah.
Has there been anything unexpected so far, or do you foresee anything that might come that, might challenge you in some way in this new transition?
I think I was a little afraid, like the day I quit my job, I was kind of scared. I was like, am I being insane here? And that day I got offered like 3 shows the same day. So I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes the world like really does look out for you. Yeah.
That is, I love hearing
love that so much.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's the universe guiding you in the right way for
Yeah.
sure.
And another, sorry,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say another thing I'm finding is like now with having a little more time, one of the biggest things I had to put aside with like being a full-time musician and working full-time was having a social life outside of music. So I've been like going for coffee with people and just having conversations that are also unexpectedly opening more possible opportunities with things. So
I love that. I have a couple things to say on all the things you just said, but one of the things is when you start to believe in yourself and when you take that leap of faith, the universe shows up for you all the time.
Absolutely.
And you see this in so many different stories is the moment you choose to let go of what's not serving you and choose to create the space to allow things to come in, it's amazing what floods. Like just like you said I quit and then the opportunity arises. But who knows, maybe if you would have stayed in that struggle of working full time, maybe those opportunities wouldn't have come, or you wouldn't have been able to get back to them as quickly, or all the things, right? So I just think that's so cool.
yeah, manifestation is a very real thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have a question on manifestation.
Great.
What do you do to practice manifestation in your world, and how do you apply that to your day to day?
I find manifestation only works when you have to be pure of heart and have a real vision and intention with it.
I love that you do that. It's so cool. And then the other thing was just the fact that you said you're going out for coffee now with friends or seeing people, and that's creating opportunities. But we talk about that social aspect of the wellness wheel is so important. And when you're busy working 2 full-time jobs, 3 full-time jobs, it's really hard to have that social aspect of the wellness wheel. So I love that you have space for that, because you probably feel more energized after those meetings, or not meetings, but meetings, encounters, relationship building, whatever you want to call it. What do you even call it? Hanging out? Hanging out with people. You feel more recharged, right? And then it's much easier to do the work and do the things that you love to do.
And talking to people that are with similar goals and similar paths, it's so inspiring to hear their story and people that are maybe a few years further into their similar journey. It's so inspiring to know and affirming always.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Okay, let's talk a little bit about recording. So you are self-produced, you do all your own recordings. What are some struggles with doing that, and what are some things that you love about doing that?
So I got into it because I have a very specific sound in my head that is an amalgamation of every sound I've ever heard. And I've been recording music for a decade now, and I've gotten a lot of great music back from working with other people, but it's never like the sound that's in my head. So now doing it by myself, the like real struggle is more the like there's so much technical skills involved, and I'm like really just diving into it over the last few years. And I think like I put out my first EP that I put out in the fall was the first project that I did start to end by myself. And I definitely had more hair when I started it than I do now.
And you've got a lot of hair.
There was more, yeah. So just like, so every day that I sit down at the computer, I learn like 100 new skills and then learn 100 things that I have to work on.
Yeah. That's very valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like being able to look at things objectively after writing them and then listening to them like 18,000 times in a row. And I find it, especially with something that I'm singing on, I think everyone is their own worst critic of their own voice.
Yes.
So it's really hard to like objectively listen to something that has my voice on it, and because there's that little part of my monkey brain that's always like, this is terrible, you suck,
Totally.
why are you even doing
Not good
this?
enough. Yeah. How do you turn that voice off?
If I had an answer for that,
Yeah.
I would share that. That is an ongoing struggle. Sometimes I just have to believe people when they tell me that I have done something good. I'm getting better at, I used to be like, no, you're wrong. But now I'm like, you know what, maybe
Maybe you're right.
maybe they are right. I'll at least believe it.
Totally. I call that little voice on my shoulder Gertrude, and whenever Gertrude's being really loud, I always have to say, go sit in the corner. I don't want to listen to you right now.
Gertrude, you are mean.
Yeah,
and
you're mean and you're not serving a purpose this moment. Yeah. Sometimes it comes in handy, but yeah, totally.
Yeah, you have to be a little critical, but not like, only when it's helpful.
Totally. That's one thing I like about working with people, is because when I'm just by myself, is just the perfectionism stuff takes over for me anyways. So it's nice to have other people be like, nope, that's great. Stop. Right.
Yeah, people that you can trust.
100%.
That will tell you when it's not great.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to hear both sides.
That's why having a community, right, is so important as well, having the right people in place. As an independent artist, of course, like you said, you got to know the technical, you're doing everything yourself. So how do you stay true to those connections, not only with your team or your friends, but what about your audience? How do you build connections in a community with your audience or your fans? What are some of the things that you do to draw them into what you're doing?
Good question. I just try to treat everyone like they're my friend, and like just form genuine connections one at a time. And it takes a lot more time that way, but I would rather have 100 fans that are like super dedicated and feel close to me than 1,000 that only half care.
Absolutely. Building those super fans is so much more important than half fans, as they say.
Yeah, it's been weird, like, because I'm kind of new to, I've been playing in bands forever and like have been used to having fans of the bands that I'm in, but it's been weird, like, having people know my name in the street. It hasn't happened a lot, but it still is like an odd moment. I'm like, but I've never seen you before. How do you know who I am?
How does that feel when that happens? Do you like it?
It's really nice. It's very affirming.
Yeah.
And I do like it, yeah. And I make sure that they are okay to get a big hug.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Got such a warm soul. Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Good.
Let's talk a little bit about collaboration and the role that kind of plays. We've talked about doing everything yourself in the music world. What does collaboration look like for you? And do you have any projects or anything coming up in the future in that regard?
Yeah, so I've been in a band called the Ashley 100 for the last like 13 years, forever. It feels like forever.
Like your whole life.
Like my entire adult life, yeah. And that's been, we've had the same 5 people for the last 8 years. Only one person has ever changed.
Oh, wow.
And it's like fully 100% collaborative. We all take turns writing songs. And I love that band because I can write like half a song and then be like, I don't know, you guys finish it. And then ideas that I never ever would have thought of in my life, because I'm such like a folk country guy for the most part, and a lot of the other guys in that band are like into like hip hop or rock or like more like indie stuff. So you get a bunch of different ideas that never would have crossed my mind, and it ends up being something way better as the collective.
Yes, I love that about collaboration. You get things that you would have never thought of yourself, which is great. Pushes your boundaries.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
As you're stepping into your music career, now that you have to do everything, how are you balancing everything? How are you balancing the creative process with the business side of actually doing this?
The emails.
Yeah, so my background that I like went to school for and have been working at for the last 6 years is in marketing and business. So
Nice.
like that stuff, I'm really grateful that I have that experience, because that kind of stuff comes a lot easier to me than a lot of other people working in creative endeavors that don't have that kind of background. Especially marketing is such a huge aspect of,
Yeah, it's like
of
90%.
music. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really glad to have been able to work on like a large scale, dedicate a lot of hours to learning that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the business side is so important. You got to be
It
a
really
creative,
is.
but you're also you're an entrepreneur, really.
Yeah.
You got to run a business as well. So
Especially when you're just doing music. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's a
great.
business. It's a business. All right. So lots of fun, exciting things. Touring's a big one. We just did a podcast episode on staying healthy while you're touring. So do you have any tips or tricks that you like to imply when you go on the road?
When you get the free dinner at the venue, get the salad.
Yeah.
Do not eat the fries. Fries are great, but not every day. Get the salad.
That's a really, really great tip.
And
Yeah.
don't get drunk every night.
Also a great tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay
I stand behind
sometimes, like on the weekend, just like in normal life.
those. Yes.
Not every
moderation.
day. Yeah.
Good tour tips. Good tour tips. Well, it's been so great having you on our podcast,
Thank
Brett.
you so much for having me.
Totally. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to follow your journey as a full-time musician and can't wait to check out one of your shows.
Thank you so much.
thanks, Brett.